Hi YouTubers, sorry the last video I made, the phone ran out of memory, so couldn't really record the installation of the parts inside. So what I did was, after gluing that part, so what I did with this one is I actually put these clips in first. So as you've seen in my video, when I first made this one, glued it and then put these clips in. But with this one, what I thought was I'll put the clips in because it'll hold it together. So I got a couple of these clips. The only bad thing about these clips are they just tangle like that. So I got the gun, and if I glued it, I pushed these in, and then it was quite good. It held up quite well. And it gave me a good, and before I put the staples, I put a bit of a gap, like a 10mm gap with a bit of steel. There's a bit of steel I had. Yeah, something like that. I just put a bit of, like I made a L kind of a bracket. So imagine just a bit of L like that to keep a spacer, 2mm, 3mm space, so the glue goes in. So in the future, if I'm doing it, I'll do it like that, and then put the staples and then glued it, and then after I glued it, got the gun, got the die grind, and just went through it, took all the, make sure you got glasses on, and then went through that, cleaned it up, and once I cleaned it up, soldered the two wires in with the soldering iron. Similar to how I did this one, when I was doing the right angle drill, the phone had enough memory, so it didn't run out of space. Unfortunately, I didn't delete that video after I uploaded it to YouTube. So when I was doing this one, just cut through the video. So anyway, so soldered it, put it together. I mean, straightforward, just the reverse of how we put it together. So, and then I'll show how it works. The thing is, I haven't got the I bought this second hand on Facebook Marketplace just because I was going to cut it and do some modification. I didn't want to buy a new one. They're like $200 or something like that. So just literally, that's reverse, so it's working, and that's forward. Oh, sorry, that's reverse and forward. Only thing is, after a while, it actually makes a bit of a funny noise. Maybe it got like a brushed, like a brake system or something. There you go. So what I'll do is I'll install the belt. I bought a few. I'm gonna go to Bunnings today, and then buy a couple of belts probably tomorrow. It's quite late now, 5:30. It's quite a hot day today. Went for about 40 degrees today, I reckon. Wonder when I put the grease, I put a bit of grease, this blue grease. Wonder if grease is making that noise. Just like that, I just put a bit of grease inside the gear mechanism there. Yeah, I just want to make a video how it came up. Just a final video. I think it's part 4 on this builds series, converting the ryobi tools to a Mikita belt sand and a Mikita right angle drill. So quite pleased how it came. You can hold it like that, come in handy. Once you put the belt, I think using that nut you can adjust that belt from going either way, just to get that balance from through that adjustment screw. What else? Pretty straightforward. Yeah, I'll show you. I really love them. I used this once to drill a hole. So the main reason I built this one is, so this whole project started with the more intention to drill a hole in these, as you can see here, there's a hole I need to drill there in this chassis rail. There was a hole there, but I had to make it a little bit bigger. So I just put this one in there and just got it to get that angle. Because with the normal drill I couldn't get in to that hole. See, I need a bit of an angle. I need to start looking at the video, at the camera, rather than through the eyes. So I'm not, so apologies guys, still learning how this YouTube thing works. So yeah, in terms of the tools I used to do these jobs, you've seen me using this saw thing to cut the plastic at one stage. Use these ones, heavily use these cutting wheels with the multi-tool or the Dremel tool. That bit there, that's a carbide burr bit, I think, burr, B-U-R-R, burring bit. Bought them from a local hardware store called Bunnings in Australia. So got a set of them. What else did I use? So all the glue, different types of glue is here. So the epoxy part A and part B, and your things. What else did I use? Oh, you need a, the other thing I used was the multimeter. So sometimes I wasn't, this tool was alright because the wires had a color code. When I cut these wires through there, I could see the color code, but in terms of sometimes you don't know which side is plus and minus. So what I did was let's get a battery. Let's have a look that it's recording here. So what you can do is you can put it like that. Get your multi-tool 2 volts, multimeter 2 volts. And this one does AC and DC together. And you can look at which one's plus and minus. There you go. So that is your plus, that's your minus. If you do it the other way around, it'll come up with a minus button there, as you can see. So that's your plus. So when you're doing tasks like that, you can get a permanent mark and put plus and minus there. So when you solder this one into that, you know the red wires go into that, and that will be your black wire. So you can use that. You have to use that. You need to make sure you've got a good multimeter to check your voltage. Use the soldering iron. So I got a little soldering iron I made myself. Bought parts. I made this. Soldered all the parts together. You can buy a kit on eBay. I just did it as a practice, so you can solder the power board and the control board, which is there. And you had to, that was quite tricky to solder this. There's 5 or 6 wires in there, because that soldering iron got a little switch thing, which is a ball, like a little ball thing, and if you're doing like that, it opens, but if you keep it like that for a while, it shuts that voltage down to keep that filament from getting burnt. And these are this cartridge type filaments too. I think they're called T20 or something like that. So soldering iron, lead, yeah, so they're the main tools. You need to have that is handy to have a little plastic gun like that. What's the other one? And there's a couple of basic tools, soldering iron. Make sure you also have a pair of safety glasses. So that goes in there. So that is part of, and make sure there was a mistake I did. When I closed this one, I actually put it that way. And I was in a bit of a rush. The dog was screaming to go for a run, so I put it like that and closed this. So I was looking from back there. After I sold it, I was looking from back there and I just put it like that. And after I tried, I put all the couple of screws and then I went to put the battery and I realized that was the wrong direction. So I had to take all the screws off. It was a stupid thing to do. Should I make sure you check it and get it the right direction too. Just like that. So I bought 3 of them. They're like $18 each on eBay. They're called battery mounts, Mikita battery mounts. 3 of them, so 2 in here and the spare one. But when I also bought another one just to see whether this one, this is a USB adapter thing for Mikita battery, and you can charge your devices with these USB ports. I think they're USB 2.0 charging ports. And I thought I might just buy one and see, because I really love the plastic bit. It looks like a solid Mikita tool kind of thing compared to that. Because when you're soldering that one, that plastic started to melt in one of the other tools I did. That actually melted. And I thought, that's not strong plastic, whereas that one looks quite a strong plastic. So in the future I might use, and they're the same price as well. So I thought in the future I'll use one of them. I bought a desoldering pump. I'll make a video of that as well in the future. So I can take these two connectors off with the desoldering pump, remove that, and cut this one there. Only thing is that USB port might be open a little bit, so when I put the glue, I'll have to put a bit of glue there and put a bit of mesh and a bit of glue. Got this mesh I've been keeping, so I'll just put some of this mesh like that. Just bury it in, cut a little bit, bury it in with a soldering iron. That's what I need to get, another soldering iron. It's called a hot solder, where you can push mesh like that into plastic. I've seen someone using it on one of the other YouTube channels. I'll buy one of them too, and I'll do a video of that. So yeah guys, so that's about it to talk about these 2 amazing tools I made. Yeah, hopefully it'll come in handy for you guys in the future to doing a project like that. Hey doggy. Are we still going for a run today, mate? Huh? It's going to be so hot today. Probably, what's the weather, what's the temperature like? I reckon it is, oh no, it hasn't gone 40. Oh, it's probably, yeah, I had the AC on. So it's 30 in here. I reckon probably 35, 37 outside. If you look in the garage, Yeah, 30 degrees. About 89, 85 Fahrenheit. For all those viewers from America. Okay, running. Where's the ball? Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Until next one. Take care. Bye.